Happy Halloween. Gail Simone didn't get hired on merit. No shit. I can't decide if my Halloween costume should be a Catholic priest, a greedy rabbi with a dead Christian baby, or a burqa with a backpack and ticking clock. Let me know in the comments. And there goes another 10 subs. Just kidding, guys. I would never disrespect Catholicism. The priests we had were great. No funny business, just kind-hearted guys. Saw a tweet where Gail Simone said she was watching the Comic Book Hut's videos. She tried to play it off like it came up in her YouTube recommendations. Sure, Gail. Sure, it just came up in your recommendations. She said that she doesn't follow Comicsgate drama. Right. I'm sure. I think she posted it today or yesterday. Go to her tweets and to read it. It's so stupid. I have to assume that she saw my videos too, because I've actually used her name in the title, and I ripped a ton of her comics. So, hi Gail. Maybe put down the high glycemic carbs and start eating more vegetables. Being grossly obese has serious health consequences, especially at her age. Just moving around at her age and obesity level is painful, so I feel for her. But an important consequence that people seem to forget is that obesity colors your outlook on life. Let me put it this way. If Gail was slim, healthy, and beautiful, she wouldn't even care about Comicsgate. If she was a good writer with a happy life, she would just focus on selling a bunch of great books. But she is grossly obese, unhealthy, and her books don't sell because she can't stop with the misandry. Woke writers sort of trap themselves. If they stopped being woke in an effort to sell more books, the 12 Twitter communists would probably freak out and accuse her of selling out, even though they never bought her stuff in the first place. It's amazing how much influence brainwashed kids can have on the comic industry. They don't buy the product, but they want to control it. For some reason, beautiful women really offend them. But if you look at the people in comics, you will understand. Hey, I'm not going to lie. Even on our side, fat and hairy or balding seems to be the standard. But our crowd seems to be having more fun. Or at least we used to, before the dark evil settled onto the kingdom. Ah, the good old days, like a few months ago, before it all went sideways. Now, Gail Simone is laughing at us, and rightfully so. If she can't be happy, then nobody can. She wouldn't be concerned with Comicsgate if she wasn't a little scared. Even with our growing pains, Comicsgate is growing and making money, and credit where credit is due, EVS had a huge part in growing Comicsgate and opening it up to a wider audience. He's helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for people, so say what you will, but many other big platforms haven't. However, Cecil does, and he said he's going to start having more and more indie guys on to talk about their campaigns. So that is very cool. Every time I dip into Twitter, people are retweeting EVS war campaign and the people they are, well, another way to say it, but harassing. How is this not bullying? There are DMs where his followers are talking about following EVS's orders to harass people. All I'm saying is, what if everyone stopped talking about each other until the new year? Just take a holiday break. I will say that if Preston Poulter wants to take a picture with Renfamous, go ahead. But if you think you can trust her or that she will ever be on your side, you may want to think twice. The enemy of your enemy probably isn't your friend, not in this case. And I don't really understand why there are enemies in Comicsgate. We all basically want the same thing, and we all are right of center, right? Or most of us are right of center. Malin and Cecil are liberals, but they're coming around. Now, why do I mention the right of center thing? Is it important? Yeah, I think it is. Is Comicsgate open to everyone? No, it can't be open to SJWs. You all have heard Zach talk about SJW patterns of behavior. They sneak into a system, gain power, and start pushing out the originals. Sound familiar? They are absolutely going to do it with Comicsgate. I think they already are. I see some new folks who are acting funny, and I don't mean that they're pretending to be MAGA 2020 or something, or that they're lying exactly. I think they are legitimately curious about Comicsgate. Think about it. Comicsgate is an enormously powerful tool to market your indie book. Gail Simone, C.B. Cebulski, or Dan Slott are never going to help you get your indie comic funded, but Comicsgate might. I think that there are people on the left who don't think of themselves as SJWs, who are keeping their eye on Comicsgate. As Comicsgate becomes more moderate, they'll wonder if maybe it's the time to join, because there is no purity test to join. But we always said that we can't allow SJWs in. Even Zach and EVS said absolutely no SJWs, which might be a thorny issue when EVS is acting a bit SJW-ish. Remember back to Nurkish and his humorous Discord server? That was the first warning sign. Before EVS, it wouldn't have been a problem if the chat made jokes about anyone, because we all believed in free expression. The SJWs believed in censorship. But EVS was thinking in commercial terms and his brand, so he started to control Comicsgate. He didn't start it, but he thought he could change it and control it. Thanks for that. Bianca Fights a Zombie wants your support. I remember when he was fighting with Vox, and EVS was talking about trying to trademark Comicsgate. That was another big warning sign. Even big fans of EVS were telling him politely to dial it back a bit, reminding him that he didn't own or control Comicsgate. He backed down, but it kind of made a lot of us look at him differently. Now, why is Comicsgate moving to the left, such that SJWs might feel welcome? Look at the people EVS is fighting with and who EVS has excluded. Dozens of creators who are a bit further right than him. EVS is thinking in terms of the broadest commercial appeal. That means he has to kick out the Christians or anyone too right, and that's exactly what happened. Nurkish was kicked out by EVS because his Discord was making jokes about people, but EVS and War Campaign attack Christians and sexually harass them for months on end. Why is it acceptable when EVS does it? Again, I'm not trying to pointlessly argue, just ask him to lighten up. When you have over 100,000 followers, you look like the bad guy when you attack these tiny channels. If Nurkish's behavior wasn't kosher, then why are you allowed to do it? Maybe it is important to ask a few questions of people, like, do you believe in free expression? Will your books be racist against the beautiful people of the light? Will it be free of SJW identity politics? Can you really be Comicsgate if you don't believe in free expression? Why are Nurkish's followers, why is that humor verboten, but Ethan and War Campaigns is perfectly fine? Rules for thee, but not for me. If that sounds like hypocrisy, it's because it is. Right now, there aren't really any rules. I mean, how could there be? But I always assumed that we were on the same page with free expression. And SJWs, when EVS kicked Nurkish, it was the start of a slippery slope, and we have kept sliding. Some of us thought EVS was a little soy when he excluded Nurkish, but EVS said it was for Nurkish's own good because the SJWs were going to dox him and get him fired. Okay, give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just going to say it. Nurkish is a much smarter guy than EVS, and he is capable of making his own decisions. But EVS is probably more experienced with SJWs in the Whisper campaign. EVS knows how evil SJWs are. He worked in the Viper Pit for a long time. The thing about the Whisper campaign is that we all thought it was abhorrent when it happened to EVS. But then why is EVS and War Campaign using the same methods to attack people in Comicsgate? Then when Mike was having a laugh about the pride is a sin comment, EVS went crazy and loudly virtue signaled that it was homophobic. But EVS was the only person who had a problem with it, because EVS is thinking in terms of broad, politically correct commercial appeal. Then he laughs when War Campaign calls people gay and photoshops dildos in Doug's face. You see the difference? The rules never seem to apply to him. Look how gay-friendly I am. It's in pink. And pink means gay, right? Oh no, wait, lavender means gay. What is pink? Just means girl. Do I have lavender? What the fuck? What is lavender? It's like purple? I don't see lavender. Light blue, green, pink. I don't know. Some of the other shirts, depending on what kind of shirt you get, there's different thicknesses of shirts. This is just your basic standard cotton t-shirt for under $12. It's pretty cheap. Like I see the other guys in Comicsgate who admittedly have much bigger and better channels with amazing creators, no doubt, no argument from me. But they're selling their shirts for like $23, and the thing is, they're selling these same quality shirts. This is called the classic shirt. It's just like a shirt you're probably wearing right now. It's just a basic cotton shirt. They're selling them for $23. I'm selling them for $11.60, $11.57 because the profit is exactly $1 because the base cost is $10.57. So I figured I'd sell as cheap as possible. You can't sell these shirts for $23. I've seen some other guys. I'm not going to name the names. Don't do that to people who like your show. do what you want. It's fine. If people pay for it, they pay for it. But I don't know if they know how much the shirts cost because they're selling these. Anything that says classic, it only costs $10.57. So I guess it's a market economy. You sell whatever you want. That's fine. But it just seems a little weird to me as all. Where was I going into this? Okay, nobody wants to say anything because he is such a great salesman, and he is. All I'm saying is lighten up. Let Comicsgate heal. Hell, maybe talk to your old friends over the holidays. I will loudly defend EVS when he is defamed by Renfamous, and I did yesterday and got blasted for it by her 12-year-old followers. So it's not exactly stunning and brave of me because her followers are all idiots. And I will openly give EVS credit for his amazing generosity. Just let things cool down for a few months. See, I think I'm being fair and balanced. I think I'm being as fair and balanced as possible. And I guess I am because I haven't got a lot of angry comments. But people do set me straight in the comment section. And I'll answer them. There's only a few comments, so I read every comment. So, feel free to express yourself in the comments. If someone says something like, I didn't know something about Mike Miller when the frog thing. You're right, I didn't know about it. I'm glad you told me about it. Or I didn't know something Edwin did, or I didn't know something, because obviously I'm taking one side over the other. But yeah, I didn't know about a lot of these things. So let me know in the comments. Set me straight. I'm not trying to, just push propaganda here. I want us all to, I know we're never going to be able to get back to the way we were, but we can get to a better place than we are right now. Let's put it in pink for diversity's sake. I don't have any pink t-shirts, and I don't think I would buy one. And I don't actually think a chick would wear a skull and crossbones, or a skull with crossed .30 caliber machine guns on it. I don't think too many chicks would go for that with this 90s boomer style. But what can I say? I think these designs are cool. Hey, if you guys want to enter the art contest, I have some cool prizes from the comic book convention. I'll get some books that are signed or whatever kind of crap they sell there. If you want to enter the Discord, you want to send me art, you want to color, you want to enter the color. There's a bunch of different art that you can color, you can ink, or you can just make up your own with the, like the logos and stuff. Bianca Fights the Zombies, whatever. You'll probably win something cool because there's only like a half dozen people who have entered and sent me art so far. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, yada yada yada. I will see you guys all next episode.